Ukraine no-fly zone. And North Korea conducts 9th missile test of the year ahead of the South Korean election. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi followed up on the activities of the Higher Ministerial Committee preparing for the United Nations Climate Change Conference, the COP27, which is due to be held in the resort city of Sharm el-Sheikh in November. During the meeting, President al-Sisi gave his directives to provide all the necessary financial support for the city to host such a global event in a manner that reflects the Egyptian regional and the international position. The President also followed up with the state efforts to achieve green transformation, protect the environment, and increase the use of the clean energy through various national projects related to the natural gas, electricity, solar energy, wind energy, green hydrogen, and the environmental friendly transportation. Upon the directives of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to evacuate the Egyptians who crossed the Ukrainian borders to the European countries, Cairo International Airport received 2 flights, repatriating 177 Ukraine-based Egyptians as the Russian invasion entered the 10th day. Egypt has been pushing forward with the efforts to bring home nationals from Ukraine, and on Thursday announced the launching of an air bridge to repatriate the expats who crossed the borders from Ukraine to neighboring countries. Also, the Egyptian embassy in Budapest said that the Egyptian authorities will send 2 daily flights to Hungary starting Saturday through Friday. The first ceasefire attempted in Ukraine to evacuate desperate civilians collapsed amid ongoing shelling as the Russian and the Ukrainian officials traded blame and Moscow tightened the grip on the country's strategic sea coast. The details.
Russian troops continue to shell encircled cities, and the numbers of Ukrainians forced from the country grew to 1.4 million. Ukrainian officials said Russian artillery fire and airstrikes had prevented residents from leaving before the agreed to evacuations got underway. According to a member of the Ukrainian delegation, a 3rd round of talks between Russia and Ukraine will take place on Monday. Previous meetings were held in Belarus and led to the failed ceasefire agreement to create humanitarian corridors for the evacuation of children, women and older people from besieged cities. In comments carried on Ukrainian television, Mariupol mayor said thousands of residents had gathered for safe passage out of the city when shelling began Saturday. The West has broadly backed Ukraine, offering aid and weapons and slapping Russia with vast sanctions. Russian troops advanced Saturday on a 3rd nuclear power plant, having already taken control of 2 of the 4 operating in the country. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky pleaded with American lawmakers for additional help, even as he insisted the enemy was being defeated. Zelensky said Russian troops took control of the southern port city of Kherson this week. Although they have encircled Kharkiv, Moliev, Chernihiv and Sami, Ukrainian forces have managed to keep control of key cities in central and southeastern Ukraine. The death toll of the